And we're live, another live Tell the Truth Boxing Pod. It's your boy, the Valley Savage. I got Coach Leaf with us. Hit the like button on your way in. Follow us on YouTube, Instagram, share. Let all your people know that we talking boxing. The more followers we have, the bigger names we can get. Speaking of big names, we have a special guest today. We have Damian Tinnerello. My boy is knocking heads off. Let me bring him up here. What's good, champ?
What's going on? How you doing?
Going on, baby.
I'm
Yeah.
doing all right, champ. How are you?
I'm doing great. How you feeling?
I'm doing all right, man. You know, another long week. Can't wait until this podcast blows up so I don't got to work these 12-hour shifts. You feel me?
There you go. That's good right there.
Yeah. But what's up with you, champ? What's going on?
Not much, man. Just got done fighting about a week ago. Fought on Saturday at the Prudential Center in Newark, New Jersey. I won second round KO, so I'm pretty ecstatic about that.
Oh, second round. Oh, damn. I didn't know it was a second round.
Yeah,
I seen the
second.
knockout, though.
Yeah.
Impressive.
I trained pretty hard for that. Yeah.
All right. What's your record?
I'm 3-0 with 3 knockouts.
3-0, 3 knockouts. How old are you?
21.
Oh man,
Sky's the limit.
You just getting started, champ. Just
Yeah,
getting started.
one fight at a time. One fight at a time.
Yeah, and you said that you're fighting at yeah, at 154, right?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Oh man, so that division is hot, champ.
That's
That
good.
division is real hot.
Yeah, good. I'm glad.
He
Yeah.
want all the smoke.
He went all the smoke. Yo, Damian, let me ask you, what was the beginning that got you into boxing? What made you actually decide to join boxing?
I don't know. When I was like 13, I saw a boxing gym. I've always liked martial arts, fighting, and all that. My father was a fighter. His grandfather was a fighter. Um, you know, Decided one day I wanted to pick up gloves, and I was just doing it for fun. And then I had a smoker, like a glorified smoker event. Got my butt whooped at 13. Stopped me in the first round, and ever since then, I was back in the gym that like next day, and I took it serious from there. Fell in love with it, honestly.
Yeah, I seen your
Champ,
work. I seen
you're
your work.
you're gonna be a problem, champ, because usually at that age you get your ass whooped. That's about it. People just pack it in. They're like, you know what, this ain't for me.
Yeah,
You know,
no,
I'm
I
gonna
told, I
go.
told myself never again. I said never again. So
That's the right mentality, man. Because a lot of people, first of all, a lot of people don't even get in there. But to say, that what happened to you, and you just got up the next day and was like, nah, that's never gonna happen again. You got to commend it, man. That's
guy,
something
yeah,
that's not taught.
the
What I
guy
mean? You got to
fought.
be born with that.
Yeah, the guy fought. He had 5 years of MMA experience. I was only boxing for like 3 months, if that. Going
That's
in
crazy.
twice a week. Yeah, and he was 18 or something like that. He was way older than me, and I was 13 at the time when I fought him.
Oh,
Yeah.
hell no. I didn't know that. Yeah, that's crazy.
My original guy I was supposed to fight was 22 years old, but I don't know, something happened with him. I remember the whole thing. Yeah, it was weird, but he couldn't make it, so I took the fight with him. I was like, it was in New Mexico, so I drove like 6 hours for this fight. So I'm like, yeah, we want to fight. So
You said New Mexico?
yeah, I lived in Arizona at the time. I started boxing in Tucson, Arizona.
Oh, okay. So what brought you over to the tri-state?
Uh, at the time, family was separated due to jobs and boxing as well. Philly's right there. The whole Northeast is right here, so we took that necessary sacrifice.
No, okay, yeah, because as far as I know, listening to the other shows, that focus on boxing, Arizona does have a pretty good boxing aura around it. You know what I
Oh
mean?
yeah, for
Like,
sure. Yeah,
yeah, yeah. But Philly, though, I mean, as far as I mean, I may be biased because I live close to the area, but I think it's Vegas and then it's Philly. I mean, you
yeah,
got if you want the work and you want the experience and you want to get better, iron sharpens iron. Vegas,
sure.
I think, is the mecca, but second to me, again, I might be biased, but Philly is where it's at.
Right, right.
Yeah, I definitely I would say Philly, but there's a lot of hidden gems in Arizona. A lot of guys that are like really up and coming, and some real killers out there.
Mhm.
You know,
Mexicans, a lot of Mexicans over there. That
Yeah, so
pressure, yeah,
I started out banging out with the Mexicans. So you know,
Course.
and then I was able to come to Philly and apply that here, and I'm learning from the best of both worlds. So yeah,
Right.
there's a lot of killers in Arizona.
for sure.
Mexican fighters are some of the toughest fighters. So is Argentina, man. No guys, man.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Beast. You know
yeah,
what
Hmm.
I mean?
yeah. I started when I really started taking this seriously. I started boxing with the pros. I never boxed nobody my age at the time. I was like 14. I was always fighting guys that were like in their 20s and 30s.
Hmm.
Yeah, you spar with Boots. You spar with Boots, right?
I
Who
was
else you
like,
be spar?
it was only one time. It was only
Yeah,
one
but
time.
you sparred them. You know, you spar who else? Who else? Top pros that you sparred in your past time?
Sparred Stephen Fulton a few times, like 3 times. He was fun. I learned a lot from him. He was cool. Um,
That's a big gap, champ.
yeah. Who else I sparred? I sparred my buddy Elijah Garcia a few times. I met him when I was like 16. You know, we go back. He's a killer.
Yeah,
Yeah,
He's a straight
Elijah.
killer.
Yeah,
Yeah,
hell yeah.
that dude is a monster. You know.
So, champ,
Um,
you sparring guys from Stephen Fulton, I believe is what is 126.
yeah,
He fights at 126.
I sparred him when I was like 17 or something. It was a long time ago.
yeah.
And so, when you went in there, were you heavier than him?
Yeah, when I was an amateur, I fought 65 and 76.
And you sparred Fulton. Fulton got in there with you.
Yeah, I mean he's a world
Oh
champion.
yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. It doesn't matter. That one thing about fighters, you could get in with a guy that like fight at 18, and he could punch like he fighting at 35. It all depends. You know what I mean? It's just a sport. You know what I mean? You get
Yeah,
in there
Yeah.
sometimes with smaller guys, bigger guys, and they train hard, so it's no different,
it doesn't even matter the weight size. It's just we just
right?
going there to work. You know, we just having fun, doing our thing, getting better. That's all.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's what's up. 'Cause what I heard about the dungeon is like these guys don't take it easy on nobody. Once you step in there, it
Yeah,
is what it is. You know, it ain't nothing personal, but it is what it is. You know, whatever happens, happens. You know, it's
yeah.
good work ethic.
When I was training with them at the time, yeah, it was definitely like that. You know, but you know, it is what it is. I mean, I started out with the Lions. You know, so it was nothing I wasn't used to.
So what was what I mean, obviously no details, whatever happens in sparring stays in sparring, but just briefly, how was the sparring with Boots?
I only did like 2 rounds with him. I mean, it was fun. I guess you know he was working with everybody at the gym. It was just get in there and go do what you're supposed to do, and you know, he's definitely a lot different. You know, he's very fast,
Hmm.
agile, cool. You know,
All right, that's what's up, man.
we're just getting our
So
work. We're just working. That's all. We're just getting our work, and he was getting working with everyone that day. So
Yeah, Damian sparred also guys from Showstoppers Boxing Gym. He sparred Leanna. He sparred Javi. He sparred Hammer. He sparred a lot of guys, man. Like
I spar a lot of people, man. Listen. It's not just the big names that I learned from. I learned from everybody that I spar. To be honest with you, you know, I always look for work. You know, not just one particular spot. I go, you know, a lot of places. You know.
right.
what do you think that you've learned the most from inside the ring?
Ooh, I'm telling you, a lot of people.
The
The
most,
most
if you the name that sticks out, like damn, you took a lot from that.
I said it in one interview before this a while ago about it was Elijah Garcia.
Mm,
About I don't know when I sparred him, he motivated me to do a lot better, you know. And I see he's my age, and I see where level he's at. You know, it's admirable, you know. Like it's you know he's got his head on right, you know,
mm-hmm.
and you know he's a good buddy of mine. So you know I definitely picked up a lot from him. You know, I just see like his training and his family and how they are, and it's really inspiring. You know, like I learned a lot from his camp, his friend, like his brothers and everything. So yeah,
So you are professional. So who's your do you have a manager? Is that your pops or is
yeah, my father, yeah, my father's my manager, my mother, yeah,
Great
uh
dude too. Great dude, man.
yeah. My
Great
dad's a
dude.
heart of gold, man. Dad's a
Yeah.
great,
Hell yeah.
wealthy man.
Yes, sir.
yeah, man, I love to see it. So is he and he's also your trainer too?
Yes, him and I got Coach Adam, Adam Zayas.
Adam Zayas. All right, that's what's up, champ. So right now currently I'm just gonna assume that you are independent. Um who would you like to be signed to? Like if somebody, you get an email or a phone call and says, hey champ, I caught your last fight. I want to sit down and talk about signing you to our promotional company, who would that be?
I mean, I definitely like Matchroom. Matchroom seems pretty cool. You know, a lot of guys like Matchroom. You know what I mean? I mean,
Hmm.
I don't know Top Rank and what's it Prime now? It's not Showtime no more. I mean,
Oh, PBC. You talking about
yeah,
PBC?
PBC.
PBC,
Yeah,
yeah.
there you go. Yeah, PBC.
Hmm.
Yeah, Matchroom would be cool. I mean, but honestly, whoever hits me up or whatever, you know, I'd be cool with anything. I'm just happy to be in the ring, man.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, I hear you, champ. So at 150, I guess we'll go with the pros. Um, is there anybody that's professional right now or even in the past that you look at them and you study them and then try to apply that to your particular style and how you approach the ring?
Yeah, I like watching Boots. I like watching Terrence Crawford. I like Canelo a lot. Triple G I've been messing with heavy. Duran.
Yeah.
To be honest, it's a whole mixture of fighters. I study boxing a lot, so I
Right.
watch a lot of fighters. So and even the people I spar, you know what I mean. I learn a lot from them.
And Damien, outside of boxing, what else is it that you're doing?
Well, in terms of what, like just hobbies or jobs or,
Hobbies, jobs, yeah.
well, I mean, I love reading, man. I love reading. Reading's a
Hmm.
big key component for my camps. I love reading. Reading's good.
Mm-hmm.
I'm in the Air Force. I do that.
Look at that. Yep.
Um,
Yeah,
what
that's
else?
so. So are you a reserve?
No, I'm Air National Guard. I work down in Atlantic City.
Mm.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm Army Reserve.
Nice.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, I got it good over there, man.
Yeah, yeah,
I
for
got it
sure.
real good over there. You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah, and I also train people on the side, like not on the side, but I also train people for boxing. So
Hmm.
yeah,
Yeah, I haven't been downrange yet. But the stories that I hear, right, is that well, obviously most of the stories that I've heard are from guys that have been to the Middle East, Afghanistan and Iraq and
yeah,
Kuwait and stuff like that. And then I'm talking to Army guys, and they're saying how
I'll be
the
right back.
Army base and will be right next to the Air Force base, and then they'll say that the grass is literally greener on the other side. It's literally greener on that side. You know what I mean? So, yeah, they treat the Air Force real good, man, real good. But it's all one team at the end of the day.
you all get the mission done. That's all that matters.
Yeah, champ. So you looking forward to I'm assuming that you're going to be watching the fight this weekend, huh? With
Yeah,
Tim Zoo, and
yeah.
I don't even know what is my man's last name. I wish they would have. I wish that fight with him and Virgil would have happened, man. Or even what's my guy's name, man? Fuck. One time Thurman.
Oh, one time? Yeah, man.
Yeah, with Thurman. But I've been looking this guy up, and he's been taking a lot of step aside money, but from what I've seen, he's a difficult fight. He's a difficult style. It's not something that I don't think that Tim Zoo can really handle, that he can't handle. But I don't think that it's going to be as easy as a lot of casuals may think. Wondering what you think about that.
I mean, I don't know too much about the guy Tim Zeus fighting, but I do believe that if you're gonna get an opportunity to fight a former world champion, I'm pretty sure he's gonna bring it. You know what I mean?
Mm,
So, it's one of those fights where you just gotta like. I mean, I wouldn't bet on it. You know what I mean? Just could be a 50-50, can go either way. So, but I know they both train really hard, and it should be a good fight. So
Yeah, he's an awkward style. He's a really good fighter though.
yeah, he's I like he is a weird style fighter,
Weird
but
style, yeah.
but
he fights
hey,
just like his father.
yeah, he was
If
a
you
world
watch
champion.
Costa and you watch Tim, I mean, it's almost identical. You know what I'm saying? Like it's almost the exact same thing. If you go back and watch Costa, they fight the exact same way,
Those
and it's
guys train
crazy.
hard too. They train
Yeah,
real hard, man.
bro,
Yeah,
it's crazy how it's still working even today. I think that he's being trained by the same people that trained his father too, but that probably has something to do with it. But yeah, man, Tim Zoo is a problem. Like I said, you being at 154, because 47 used to be the glamour division, but now it's like all the names are at 54.
yeah.
I mean, besides 135, but there's a lot of there's a lot of red tape at 135. I'll just say that there's a lot of red tape, but at 54 is the big fights are at 154. You know.
Well, Damian's starting at 154, but you're eventually going to fill up and probably move up to 60 towards the,
Yeah, listen. I mean, I've made 54. You know, no issue. But honestly, you know, an opportunity presents itself. I'll try to see. I mean, me personally, I try to push myself down to 47 or something like that. You know, eventually, if I can. You know, again, I'm just experimenting to see how I feel. You know, eventually, we'll see how it goes, and then I could progress that back up to 54 and whatever else my team and I discuss. You know, 60, whatever.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, because I don't want to be I don't want to be like just one weight division champion. You know, it's kind of boring. I want to have like some backing behind me. You know, the hell is that?
Right, right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah, I
saying?
was gonna say. I thought you were gonna say that maybe you would move up. I was gonna say, if anything, I'm glad that you said 47 because at 160, it's like you know, I hate to say it because I know guys that fight. We just had Cornflake over here that fights at 160. We interviewed Ian Green. He's at 160. You know, um, one of my favorite fighters ever, and Danny Garcia just fought at 160. So what I'm about to say kind of sounds hypocritical, but it doesn't seem like there's a lot of action at 160, and it's been that way for a while.
I
You
mean,
know, for
there is. You know, he's got to like. I mean, I pay attention to who's current. You know, got that guy Janabek. You got actually my buddy Elijah. He's fighting one of those guys for I believe it was WBC or something like that.
Oh, nice.
Adamas or something like that. I forgot his name.
oh, he's
Oh,
fighting Adamas.
Yeah,
that's
something like
another
that.
good fighter.
Yeah, Adamas is yeah, that's a tough fight. I'm gonna does he have a date for that? Is there a
I
date
don't.
that dropped
I don't
or?
know. I saw it on Instagram somewhere though, but
Mm,
you know.
yeah, that'll be a good fight. Adamas is a good fighter too.
there's some heavy crackers in 160. They're just up and coming. They just gotta wait a little bit. That's all.
Yeah, Jamal Charlo, isn't he still at 60 or 68
We
now?
don't know what Jamal
I
Charlo
don't
is
know
at.
what happened with that. I don't know what happened with Charlo.
Charlo, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, we don't
That's what
know. We
happens
don't
when
know
you have
where
all
he
these
at, bro.
champions. They fight and then they disappear for 3 years. I don't know.
Right.
Yeah,
Whatever.
especially with PBC. That's my one problem with PBC. Matchroom will get you in there. The thing with Matchroom, though, champ, is you got to be. Matchroom hasn't got a W in a while. You know what I mean? In that tournament, they got scraped, and this guy just lost Bivol. I don't know how you feel about whether he won or lost, but on the record books it shows that he lost. My
How'd you?
guy,
Yeah, who'd you? Did you feel that he won it or he lost?
It was like a Triple G Canelo type deal. Could have went either way, but I think if Bivol pulled it out a little bit more, like in the last round or round 11, I think he could have pulled it off definitely.
Okay.
You know, it was like one of those like it literally like half a round costed him, like I should say. You know, if you
So
like
you don't
really.
think it was a robbery because everyone called him robbery? I'm like, where?
yeah, it's too close to be a robbery, man.
Right, robbery. What's
The
going on here?
116, the 116, 112 decision, that was like
Yeah, that
weird.
was
You know,
that
but
was
it's
nasty.
boxing. You always get one of those. But
Nasty work, man.
yeah,
It's
but
nasty.
I definitely a rematch would be awesome. You know, I think people would definitely be invested in a rematch, and that's the beauty of it. You know, those guys are no nonsense. You know, they'll agree to it anyway. So they ain't gonna talk about money and all that. They're just gonna get the fight on for the people.
Right.
So.
Damn. But you said that I know you said how you got into the sport, right? You said that your father did it, your grandfather did it. Is that the only reason that you got into the sport? What made you actually want to do this? Because it takes a special kind of person. I was telling Leaf and our other host, Rick, the other day, I was like, you don't gotta be crazy, but you gotta be crazy to get up and actually do what you do. You know what I mean? To because it's not even just the fights that are televised and that go on Box Trick or anything like that. It's the sparring, it's the miles, it's the training every single day to literally get inside of a ring and punch somebody's head off while they're trying to do the same to you. So what is it that really like made you want to like, yeah, this is the road that I want to go down?
mean, if you put it in those terms, I don't know. I just one day, I don't know. I just spawned in the sport of boxing. You know, it was just a calling. You know, they hit the spawn button and here I came. I don't know. I just started going for it. Like honestly,
You can hit exit anytime, champ. It doesn't seem like you're about to.
Nah, Damian don't got no quitting him, man.
And here's the thing. You know, a lot of people in my position, you know, listen. I could have quit a long time ago. You know, I've been through a lot of trial and tribulations with my boxing career and my journey so far. You know, and it will be plenty of more to come from. But you know, I always told myself, you know, can be consistent with the sport, and you know, I took the advice of some guy who told me that, and it's worked ever since. You know, again, a lot of guys who start out the way I did or whatever, they could have quit. You know, they could have gotten a girl, could have gotten a normal job or whatever they want. You know, cool. You know, and a lot of guys that start out with stop boxing. You know, so I always learned from them what not to do. So I was able to make myself proud and continue forward myself. You know what I mean? I guess that's what I'm trying to tell you. I guess you know what I mean. Like I just have myself to how do you say? I have myself to motivate myself. I guess to proceed in the sport. You know.
I understand. Your parents did a really good job with you because it's hard. It's real hard nowadays. To raise kids in this kind of world, man. You know,
Yeah.
I see. I got an 8-year-old, and I'm just like, I'm glad he's a boy, to be honest with you, because man, if I had a girl, listen, locked away, throw away the key, you know, because it's just it's a crazy world out there, bro. You know, with social media and all this. So how at 21 years old, because you're, you know, I'm assuming you didn't say you were in school. You know, you do too much right now to
I'm
be.
going to school. Yeah, I am. I'm going to school soon. Yeah.
Oh, you're in. Oh, soon.
Yeah, I'm spring. Yep.
Oh, okay. So what are you going to school for?
Either criminal justice, business administration, or something else. If something else comes to my mind, I'll pick that as well.
So is that like a plan B kind of thing for you, or is it is something that you actually really want to do?
It's something that I like to do. You know, I know it's like a lot of fighters. You know, especially the old timers. No, you know, a lot of them don't have anything when they're done boxing. You know, if they didn't make the right decisions. You know, but
Mm-hmm.
I know for a fact that you know through boxing I will make right decisions. You know, I don't act a fool when it comes to you know the money or whatever the case may be. You know, I know myself as a human. You know, I'll make the right choices. You know, and I also have a great support system behind me that will not let me make foolish decisions. So I'm not worried about that. You know,
Right.
so
So
I have the ability to you know do that. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, Valley Savage, just to notch on that, I actually did some mitts with Damian before in the past. Damian has came to our gym a couple of times, and he's the definition of dedication. I mean, this boy got it all. Honestly, I'm so impressed with you. Even now, 3-0, 3 knockouts, just what you were before you even turned pro. I see the dedication. And my son, who I used to train, was since he was 2. He was 17 at the time when he watched you sparring some of the fighters at our gym. He pulled me aside. I was like, Dad, he's the most dangerous guy I ever seen in the ring. Like he's seen a lot of people fight himself, but he was impressed with you. And it's the humbleness, it's the dedication. You're driven, man. I mean, you are a complete student of the game. And that's one thing I'm always gonna have to say, man. I'm very proud of you, and keep going, man. Because nothing's gonna stop you but you. You know what I'm saying? So good mind on your head, man. This man's the definition of boxing, man. Right here.
To go back to your question of who I sparred, that's like made me like open up my vision with boxing as well. I would say when I got out of boot camp, I was in tech school. I was in Mississippi, and I met a guy. He's very like one of my best friends now. His name's Christian Patterson, amateur fighter now. Very tough fighter.
Mm.
And you know when I went to tech school, I had no wraps, I had no headgear, no gear, no nothing. I had a pair of crappy worn out gloves, some wraps, and running shoes. And we used to get up early in the morning. We used to run. This is I'm talking like 3:30. We used to run in the morning. We run like 5 miles. We always used to get our work in. He was the only other person I would say that was on my type of level. I feel like being around him, you know, the other things that I've learned from him, just as a friend and as like a brother as well. You know, he's definitely opened up my vision a lot to life and boxing as well. And I'll also say my drill instructors at the time also helped me see life in a different view, and I was able to apply it to the sport of boxing. I feel like Coach Leaf is definitely changing since the last time you saw me as an amateur. I'll tell you that.
Right.
And you know, I'm very grateful for all of them. So yeah,
Yeah, the drills are I don't know what it is. Like I tell everybody all the time, they're like, yeah, who can I go to train me, to, get me in shape and yada yada. And I always say the best physical trainers I've ever encountered. And I've been around a lot of trainers. I mean, I do a podcast with Leaf. I do another podcast. Our other host is Rick, and he's another trainer. I've trained with him. I've had other personal physical trainers that are outside of the boxing ring, but the best I'm talking about, not just physical but also mental, were my drill sergeants.
yeah,
If
man.
you if you want to get in, if you want to be motivated, if you want, like, I don't know what it is. Maybe it's the training that they do, but it's like they motivate the shit. Like, you want to run through walls. If you, especially, you got to have the right mindset, because you know how it was the first day when you showed up to boot camp. And
Yeah,
what, like I don't know how it was for the Air Force, but for us, we called it a shark attack. And you just meet all your drill sergeants and have you running. They they got you, what I mean, running around the barracks. You got full battle on, like you got all your gear with you, you know what I mean? And then, but after a few weeks, you start to really grasp it, and then you get cool with them, and it's just like they're you notice that they're doing the same thing that you're doing. But when you said that your drill sergeants, or I forgot, I don't know what you call.
military training instructors,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
MTIs.
yeah. Nah, it's a little different over on
Yeah,
this side.
that's why I said
Uh,
drill. I feel you get the gist of it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah. So, yeah, I agree. They're special, man, and not in the bad ways. I remember all my drill sergeants' name, and I appreciate all of them.
yeah.
Still have the same habits that I learned in basic training. You know what I mean? So, um, yeah, man.
I,
What,
I actually can relate to you guys on that too, because when I was younger, I was in foster care. My foster parents put me into a state police camp for 2 weeks. We were young, but that was exactly what you guys went through. The boot camp, getting up at like 4:30 in the morning. We had to run like 5 miles. I remember the music. We had to jump up, get dressed, make our bed, and be out standing in line within like 2 minutes. It was crazy, some craziness. And then we had to run miles and everything. So I got to experience that, and I could already know, like, if you doing that as a living, National Guard or Air Force or whatever, or Army, that's just a whole nother mindset discipline that you have to be in, and it's tough, man. I got towards the end, I got used to it, but they had us running hills. I got to learn how to shoot. I got to learn how to do a lot of things, but it was still the same form of what you guys go through in boot camp.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and you said you national, so you got a 6-year contract tonight, right?
Yeah, 6 year. Yep. six
And
year.
then how many years in are you?
Year and a half.
You think you're gonna re-up right now, or you think I'm gonna just see how it play out?
I probably end up re-upping. I'm very proud to wear the uniform. You know what I mean? It definitely gives me some sort of chip on my shoulder because it gives you that. And even like in just the operational field, like they give you tasks to do on your own, and obviously you'll have your peers to help you and your NCOs, senior NCOs, but
Mm.
you just have yourself, and I'm proud of myself for being able to get through all of it by myself, because nobody else helps you but you, and that's what they teach you, and I feel like if I'm able to apply that in boxing, then already have that edge over a lot of fighters. So
Yeah, man. What you was about to say something else, Leaf? What was
No,
you
no,
about to
no,
say?
no. What about what the police camp or no?
Nah, it looked like you were about to say something else.
No, I was just listening to what he was saying. I'm just I admire Damian, man, because ever since I met him in the gym, I've seen nothing but growth. He I already knew, like, I could look at a lot of fighters, and like, I'm a student of the game myself, so I could tell like he's gonna go somewhere in boxing. And I was just on the
Nah,
phone. Oh, what?
No, I was gonna say it looks like it. You know what I'm saying? A bit at 21 years old though, and but to say that he can go back down to 47, it looks like you'll probably end up if you feel like you can make it to 147, then you're probably gonna stay at 154 for a while. You know what I mean? It's not like you're squeezing down. How tall are you?
5'9".
Yeah, see, because you're. It's not like you're. I think what is Boots? Is Boots 6? Is he
Boots, yeah, he's
six
bigger
foot?
than me. He's taller than me a little bit.
I
He's
don't know. I don't.
probably like 5'11". I'm
Like
5'9".
5'11"?
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
5'9".
like 5. Yeah, so you should be able to stick around there. I mean, you're 21, so I think you probably got another year or so to be growing.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, like at 54, but that's the thing. Like, and if you keep knocking heads off, um, you know, it's the opportunity is coming because at the end of the day, this is not only just a sport, but it's a business. You know, I'm sure that you understand that.
Hmm.
And what runs the business is I say all the time is the casuals, and the casuals love to see knockouts. And if you're knocking out the guys that you're supposed to, you're going to be climbing the ranks a lot faster than guys who may be winning, but they're not putting on a show. And it's it. So when you approach the ring, is your goal to get him out of there, or is it just like, what, I'm just trying to get the win, and it just so happened that all three times you got him out of there?
It's funny you ask it because I always ask myself the same question. I was asking myself the same question that Friday night before my fight. I'm like, what do I do when I get in there? And then there's nothing you can do because that's why you train. I train and I train and I train and I train and I train. If you train hard, then you have. There's nothing to think about. There's nothing to say like, oh, I need to get him out of it or I'm gonna get this win. You're just confident in what you do. You know what I mean? You don't have to do anything. You just go in there, and you just be you. You have your fun, and you go.
Exactly. Yeah.
And but when you do that, you're
It just
gonna win,
comes. It just
and
comes. Yeah.
then you just go home.
Mm.
My last fight, that's exactly what I did. My opponent was a 160 fighter. He was a bigger guy. Pretty sure he's heavier than me when he walked in that ring, but I didn't care because I was confident in my training. You train hard, you fight easy, just like Floyd Mayweather said. Train hard, fight easy, and it's a very simple concept, but yet so difficult.
Right.
You know?
If you going in there with a mindset, oh, I'm going to try to knock him out, or I'm trying to survive, or I'm going to try to just win on points, it's not going to play like that. Because when you're in the middle of fighting and you get hit, what I mean, you got to be disciplined to stick with the game plan. And the way Damian trains, I know how he is. Damian is he could put pressure on you or he could box. I mean, he got options. So when you're in there, you're not really thinking, oh, I'm going to knock this guy out or I'm going to go knock him out. No, you're just going in there with the preparation. I train hard. Can he deal with what I can bring, basically? And it just flows. It just comes out. So I agree with you, champ. You know what I
You
mean?
know, and I know a lot of guys they're gonna train hard too. You know what I mean? But that's good. I want them to train hard. I want them to be in the best shape that they can be in because it gives me more credibility. That's how I beat them. And no, like real stuff. Like what I
Yeah,
mean. I like when guys train hard and have their discipline and their little routines or whatever it is that they do because it gives me that edge. It's intriguing. Because a real warrior don't want to go in and just fight some guy who's been half-assed and training in the sport. It's disrespectful, to us warriors, us fighters. We want to fight the best, and those who really want to fight the best want to make sure that that person is in their tip-top shape, mentally ready. You know what I mean? I'm just ready to go, man. My team and I, we do a good job. My support system's great. Coach, you've been very supportive of me throughout my whole journey.
right.
You know what I mean? I'm just ready to go, man. And there's nothing gonna stand in my way anytime soon. So
Man,
This
you
one
got a
serious.
you got a really good head on your shoulders, champ. Because I don't know if you noticed, Leaf, but instead of him saying real shit, he said real stuff, and I'm like, yo, he's even watching what he says, though. You know what I mean? And it's not a bad thing. That's to commend you. You know what I mean? Because the way that you carry yourself, um, though, I'm curious to see how you handle, because it's inevitable, champ. At the end of the day, like right now we're on social media. you know. And the way that the boxing world really works is you have to talk, you know, you have to be um not really a character, but you have to be somebody who people want to see. You don't even need to have an undefeated record. You don't have to have a whole bunch of knockouts. You just need to be, people have to want to see you. So, and I'm sure that that's something that you understand, you know,
No,
right? Like you,
something to think about. Yeah.
yeah. So, and I say it all the time about Boots. Like Boots would be a star if he had Rolly's mouth. If he had Rolly's mouth with that kind of talent, he would be bigger than Tank. He would be bigger than Canelo. He would be the hottest thing out right now. So what is it that you're gonna do, right? Because I see that you're a real humble guy. You seem like you're somebody who, I don't give a shit about social media. I don't really give a shit about what anybody got to say. um I'm not about to post like, 100 stories on Instagram. I'm not about to tag nobody. It just, I'll meet you in a ring. Is that something that you think that you're gonna have to change, or you just like, you know what, it is what it is, the climate is what it is, and wherever it takes me, it takes me? Or is there something that you've thought about, like, you know what, this is how it goes in the game right now, and if I want to get that big payday, if I want that big opportunity, I'm gonna have to do something to mix it up outside of the ring?
Well, when that time gets there, I'll assess the situation or whatever it comes my way. Every fight's gonna be different. I can't just be this one persona per se
Right.
for every fight. It's whoever I'm fighting. Again, I'm gonna cater everything to this opponent who I'll go up against and him and his team. You know what I mean? So whatever I gotta do is whatever I gotta do, whether it's bad mouthing, getting in his head, or staying quiet. Like it is what it is. I gotta listen. At the end of the day, I'm just gonna do what caters to that person. You know what I mean? Whether
Mhm.
that person wants to go or not, by all means, cool. If he doesn't talk, that's cool. I won't say much either. You know what I mean? Whatever the case may be, you know what I mean? But just know that they gotta be ready to pop off at any moment because I am. You know what I mean? I'm ready to go off at any moment. So I'm ready.
As
I'm ready at all times. You know what I'm saying? So in and out of the ring, it doesn't matter.
Right.
You know what I mean? We will get you. So
So at 21, you don't, like, for your 21st birthday, you grab a beer, you didn't get a rum and coke, you didn't step out with the fellas, after hours, nothing. It was just,
no, so I was working and then trained. I was actually cutting weight for the fight. I trained and I had ice cream. That was it, and I went back to
that's
training.
it.
I,
Oh
mean, I
my,
ran. I
oh
ran it off.
man,
I ran it off.
my man
Student
is
of
all
the game,
business,
man. Student of the game.
business.
I told you, dedication.
That's good
Hey,
though.
yo, yeah, I know you.
That's good.
The dedication, man, and that's what you need to do. That's how the greats like Crawford, Mayweather, never drank, never smoked, none of that.
Yeah, yeah.
Out the package, Yeah, man.
No, 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 no girlfriend at all. No, no. You know what I mean? No, no sides.
I have a very nice lady.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Hey, that's
man.
okay. All right, that's what's up. So yeah, so you read and then like you chill with the ladies sometimes. That's good, bro.
Lady's very supportive of what I do. And that's all that matters. You
Right.
know, doesn't get in
Hey,
the way of anything. Lets me train. Lets me do what I gotta do, and in return, I support her. So
Hey,
in the
Damien, I heard
mil.
about. Oh, my bad, Valley Savage. I heard
No,
about
I was
the
gonna
new.
say it's in the military too, but go ahead.
she's
And I heard about the new gym. You guys opened up a new gym.
yeah.
How that turned out? I mean, I heard
Oh,
that's
it's going
it's
great, man.
nice.
I was waiting for you guys. I thought you guys would show up to the gym today. I was getting all ready and stuff. I was like, oh my goodness, can't wait.
My bad. Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, I want to sit in those chairs and do the whole podcast thing. That'd be
Oh,
cool,
we
man.
definitely doing that. We gonna come out
Yeah,
there.
Yeah,
we'll
We
do.
be
definitely
We'll
doing
awesome.
that.
we'll do that, champ. I'm now. I'm motivated to actually do that. When Leaf told us before, that's when we were only doing it from the ring. But the reason why you're even on YouTube right now, with everything and tell the truth, YouTube lives and all that, is because that's easier said than done. especially when we have three hosts, you know what I mean? And we all have different schedules. You know, Leaf works where I work, but we work on different schedules. We have kids, you know, our other guys, like currently right now is training other people, you know, for things that they have to do. So that's something that now I'm motivated to get done. Um, especially, you know, you're showing support to our platform, and you've opened your arms and said, hey, you know, come on down to the gym. You know, I'm curious to see how it looks. You know, I'm curious to meet your father, because he raised an outstanding young man. You know what I mean? I feel like I got to get my shit together, and I'm 15 years older than you, so it's like I'm like, holy shit, where did I go wrong? You know what I mean? It's just like, you know, but champ, you're gonna, you know, we've interviewed quite a few people, a lot of great people, got their head on straight, motivated, they all work hard. And when I compare you to them, it's and they're in high places, places that you want to go, and they want to go even further. I mean, you are on the right path. And I don't just say that to everybody. You can go look at all of our podcasts. I don't go out of my way to praise anybody. You know, this is tell the truth, and that's what I'm going to do. And you know, just hearing how you talk and hearing how you move, even the way that you spoke of your parents, the way that you spoke of your girlfriend is very respectful. And just I can just hear the dedication through how you speak. So you're gonna go places, champion. We will be up there sooner or later,
Yeah,
probably sooner.
yeah,
Listen,
yeah.
I'm a warrior at the end of the day, you know, and I know what I signed up for. And going back to what you say, you got to be crazy and stuff like that. Yeah, I am a little crazy. You know, we all are. Coach Leaf is crazy.
Yeah,
Oh,
right.
he
You know
crazy.
Yeah,
what I
you
mean?
know,
Yeah,
yeah.
he crazy.
That dude's in the gym
Yeah,
24/7 after he works.
Yeah, yeah,
You know
yeah.
what I mean?
Crazy.
Um,
yeah.
I'm listen. I'm a warrior at the end of the day, and like I said, I know what I got myself into, and it's all part of being a warrior. You know what I mean? Studying, being respectful in and out of the ring. You know, showmanship, sportsmanship. You know, it's a mixture of everything. You know, a lot of these fighters now, majority of them that I see, you know, they bring like that. I don't know. They just how do you say? I don't know how to explain it. They bring. I don't know. A lot of them come from like, you know, the streets and stuff like that. But you know, at the end of the day, like you said, it's a business. You know, and when it comes to a business, we ain't trying to look at all that rah rah. You know what I mean?
Right.
It doesn't work. You know. And again, they do what they're gonna do. I don't care. I don't care what anybody does. You know, I just care about what I do and how I present myself. You know what I mean? And you know, again, that's just how I am though as a person. Like what you see is what you get. You know what I mean? Like, come on, man. I ain't got nothing to hide, bro. Like I'm a fighter. Like, what the hell do you want from me? You know, like I'm just gonna fight you. Like
Right.
that's it. That's my job to look good doing it. You know, look good winning. You know,
Yeah.
and put asses in seats and you know help people that need it. You know, at the end of the day, outside of the ring. You know, whether it's fighters or kids or whatever the case may be. You know, it's more than just boxing as well. You know, it's not just putting gloves on and getting paid for it. You know, it's more than that for me. You know, kids, people, elderly, other fighters that want to learn. Like, I'm all for it because I was once that kid, you know, that wanted to learn, you know. So I understand, you know, the smaller people, you know, does that make sense?
Right.
I don't forget where I come from. So that I feel like that's always grounded and humble me. You know what I mean? I don't let stuff get to my head. You know what I'm saying? So it's been a very great blessing that I started out the way I did. You know, I basically started out with like nothing. You know, I've built a lot with my team, you know, and my parents especially have helped me so much, you know, and granted, it's not like it wasn't easy, you know, a lot of family arguments happen, you know what I mean, and
That's family, champ. That's gonna happen, bro.
hey, listen, of course, you know, but hey,
That's
listen,
gonna happen. Yeah,
a lot of people would have folded, man. I'll be honest with you, a lot of people would have folded, but again, at the end of the day, we all have that, we all know what the goal is, you know, and that's to be world champion in multiple divisions, and it's in, I believe, my heart, I believe it's inevitable. It's gonna happen. You know what I mean? Like it's just waiting. You know, it just warmed up for me right now. That's all, and I just gotta go get it now.
I
That's all.
believe it, champ. It's definitely gonna happen. Who's your? This is my last. I don't have any more questions after this. But who's your favorite fighter right now?
Ooh, you just stole that from me. I was gonna ask some of the top 5 all
Oh,
time.
listen, I could do top five right now.
Yeah, yeah.
Canelo Alvarez, Terrence Crawford, I like Gervonta Davis.
Mm.
I throw Boots in there. I like Boots. I like watching him. And I'll say I like Better Beef. I like Better Beef. It's between Better Beef, Bivol, or I want to say
Fury.
I like
Ah,
Caleb. I like Caleb
Caleb
Plant.
Plant. Okay.
I
Yeah,
like
yeah.
Caleb Plant. Caleb Plant. He's always fun to watch. If you watch his last few fights, man, I do didn't duck nobody.
Yo, yeah,
I
he's
like
a
Caleb
real. I
Plant.
like Caleb, bro. I like
I
Caleb.
like
I always
Caleb
like
Plant.
Caleb.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Caleb
Yeah.
Plant.
If I can get if as far as just this podcast, as far as just tell the truth, right? If you ask me, who would I want to interview the most in boxing, it would be Caleb. Caleb is at the top of my list. You know what I mean?
I,
That's
I feel like, I
like,
honestly feel like you and Coach Lee can definitely grab him. He's
Yeah,
local. You know, I mean, on the story, I see him in Philly a lot. You know, I could definitely
yeah,
grab him. You
yeah.
know,
yeah, nah, grip him up and be like, yo, go on, tell the truth, man.
I mean, I don't know him.
No,
You
no,
know,
no, no. I'll reach out to him. I'll reach
you
out
know
to
what
him.
I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I can always reach out to him, but like like the channel's small, so I always appreciate any fighter that that really gets in there, that's a professional, that takes the time out to spend with us, and chop it up a little bit. But usually, when you're on a level like a Caleb Plant, I get it. I'm not mad. Some of them are humble enough to come on and chop it up with us. But when you get to like Caleb Plant's level, when you get up to like a Benavidez is another one that I like to watch too. I think that Benavidez
That
needs
means yeah, I like him because he's cool. I like Anyway too. I'm gonna throw Anyway in there.
Oof. Anyways, a beast.
Anyway,
yeah.
very a lot of people. I feel like he's very underrated. I love Anyway. I
He's
love
under
Anyway.
the reason why he's underrated is his own fault, and I don't feel bad. I'm gonna be
Hey,
honest
listen,
with you.
I don't care. I just like watching him, man. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
I did.
Cool.
Yeah, but you got to get up at 6 o'clock in the. Well, you probably already be up anyway. You know what I mean? But
Yeah, that is true.
you got to get up at 4 a.m. to watch my man's ring walk. It's like, damn, bro. Like, can you fight in Vegas? Like, I want to see him fight in Vegas just one time in his prime. Like, don't be out of your prime. And like, can you fight in Vegas so I could see the ring walk at 11:30? I'll still be tired, but it's like shit, bro. Like I think every single fight that he's had since I got up early to watch Stephen Fulton, right? And anyway, but after that, it's like, man, you're fighting so early in the morning. I gotta work. I gotta, and then being on Tuesday, and it's like Tuesday at 4 in the morning. Nah, man, I'm good. I'm good. Fight in Vegas. Go to MGM Grand, and he would be a star. I get it. It's a business. He makes a lot of money over in Japan. He's God over there. I get it. So it's not that I'm mad at that, but it's like everything I see from Anyway, I gotta catch on a replay after I already know. As soon as you open up Instagram, you seeing him knock another head off. And it's like, oh well, I already know it. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah,
like going to watch a basketball game after you know who won. Why would I watch then? You know what I mean? I would just watch the highlights then. You know what I mean? But yeah. Anyway, and Benavidez, Tank is my favorite fighter. My favorite fighter to
Right
watch.
now, number one, Tank.
Number one, Tank is my
I
favorite
mean, Tank,
fighter.
Tank
Tank is
definitely
awesome.
is a good. Yeah, he's a really good fighter. I like
I
Tank.
like Tank, man. Tank is so cool. He's I
Crawford to
watch
me
him
is
a
still
lot.
Crawford's still number one for me right now.
I love to watch Crawford too. Crawford is up there. Canelo is up there just off of I don't like the people that he's choosing to fight lately, but Canelo gave me 10 years of excellent fights, of excellent boxing. So I can't be mad at what he's doing because I wasn't mad at Mayweather. Mayweather fought everybody.
I love Mayweather.
So when he was picking and choosing at the end, I'm not mad. I'm not mad. He's entertained me for how long? You know what I mean? And I feel the same way about Canelo. But as far as interview, it's definitely Caleb. I would, man, I'll call off of work. I'll catch a flight. I'll do like what champ. Like I just need just a 10-minute interview, bro. And because he's too real. He's too real. And this is tell the truth. And he's gonna be 100 with it. He means exactly what he says, you know. For real, for real. But you got anything else?
Yeah, actually, I got some. Damian, what is one of the things you love about the sport of boxing, and one thing that you just like, that you can't stand about the sport?
One thing I love about boxing,
It could be with anything you're doing: preparation, training, eating, cutting weight, whatever.
sparring days,
Sparring days, all right?
fight days, and cutting weight and hitting
Cutting
the
weight.
bag.
Wait,
And,
you love that? You
Yeah,
love
you
cutting
love that.
weight?
oh yeah, I love cutting weight. It's my favorite.
Oh, champ.
This
Yeah.
is, I'm trying to tell you the
Oh my
discipline. Yeah.
god, bro.
And then what's one that you don't?
Can't.
When I cut weight, it makes me angry. You know, it makes me ready. You know what I mean? Because I ain't going to no fight not feeling like I didn't work hard. You know what I'm saying? Like what the
Right,
hell am I
right.
fighting for? You know,
You're the first fighter ever I've heard say that. Every single
yeah.
fighter hates cutting. I can't even get an interview when people are cutting. They're like, "Yo, champ, listen, I'm cutting right now.
Or
I'll talk to you after
if I was
the." You
cutting weight,
know?
I interview too. If I'm cutting weight, I don't care. It is what it is. You know, that's the discipline of it. You know what I'm saying? That's the discipline. You know, we're fighters. We choose it. So it is. You know, it's what we got to do. The thing I hate about the sport of boxing, not getting a fight, or
The
or when
business of it.
sparring shows up 2 hours late. I don't like that.
Right.
That's kind of annoying. I don't. I like being on time. I don't like when sparring shows up 2 hours late. You know, I understand maybe an hour, like all right, cool, but like 2 hours, I don't like that. That's kind of annoying.
So does that happen a lot, champ?
Um, in the past, it has. You know, we're just
Yeah, it
waiting
can
on
happen.
people
Yeah.
all day. It's very unprofessional. It's very, you know, it's like what the heck, you know. But and not getting fights, like fights canceling last minute. Those are really annoying. I had that happen a lot in the amateurs.
Hell yeah.
So
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it happens a lot too. Like when you're getting your career first started.
yeah, for sure.
You
I've accepted that. You know, so it doesn't bother me. You know, it just motivates me to train harder, and that's it. Stay in the gym. Don't get out of shape.
Right.
Yeah, it's happened. We had Leanna on a couple days ago, and it happens a lot. It happened a lot to Leanna, where
Yeah, yeah.
she was supposed to fight somebody, and then ends up fighting some last minute replacement
Yeah,
because
she was
something.
supposed to be like 10-0 now. She has 9 fights now. She's supposed to have 10.
Right.
She has 10 now.
Oh,
Now
she
she
has
has
10.
10.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah, but you're
The
right
one
though.
that
She should
yeah,
be like 13. It should be like 13 of them on there.
yeah, I
But
know. Yeah, that chick's always training hard, man. She trains really hard. I sparred Leanna a few times. She's she's one of my favorite female fighters.
Right. Right.
mhm.
She can punch too, right? She got some power.
I think
It's just
I remember one time she cracked me inside my neck.
I got the video.
I pissed her off in the ring, and she like decked me with an overhand. I was like, Jesus.
You touched her real good to the body once because Damien, you know, he just touching you, he can hurt you. You know what I mean? I seen Damien load up and I see him touch you, he can still hurt you. He touched her with something good. She got mad. You see the viciousness come out of Leanna.
I told her finally, I'm like, you better do that to your opponent. She did, you know.
Yeah, do it.
That's why
Yeah,
she's 10
yeah.
and 0
Yeah,
now, you know. So I'm happy for her. I'm happy on the route that she's taken. Coach Leaf, you did a great job with her.
Thank you,
You
thank
know
you.
what I mean? So you know,
Leanna crazy, bro. She crazy.
yeah, but
Like when
you
I
know,
talk about crazy, she crazy. I
she's
seen
10
you,
and 0 now because of, you know, she's 10 and 0 because she brings that.
exactly. Yeah,
Puts that
Leaf was
into the
showing
ring.
me. Leaf was showing me videos of her and Shadeja in the ring. I'm like, yo, what? Are you crazy? Are you,
Yeah.
yo, are you
She's in there with
nuts?
her.
And there with and
Yeah,
Ian
Ellis.
Green was telling us that like Shadeja punched like a man.
Oh yeah.
Like he spars with Shadeja. And it's like, yo, it's like she hits as hard as men at 160. It's like and Leanna's just in there sparring her. I'm like, yo, this Leanna's
That's what I was trying to say. A lot of people don't know how good Leanna really is because she hasn't really shown her 100% yet in the ring yet. You know what I mean?
I remember I told him like, you know, you better be a world champion, you know, like you better be like that's not a
yeah,
oh if, you know, like she's
yeah.
gonna be, you know, have confidence in her that she will, you know.
Yeah, she will. She got the
Yeah.
Continental, so
We got the
she's in
we had
position.
that same confidence as you.
I know she switched up a few things with her training regimen and her schedule and her location, but you know, you gotta do what you gotta do in order to get there, you know what I mean?
Right,
It's
right.
that's the sacrifice that you gotta be willing to take, and a lot of fighters can't do that, you know, because they feel like they're gonna be disloyal to their to you know to whoever's around them. But again, you gotta if it's affecting you or whatever, you gotta take proper measures to become a world champion. You know, it's a lot of things. A lot the dark side of boxing too is you know it's very selfish and it's a lonely sport.
Right.
You know, and you gotta make sacrifice with family, friends, spouses, kids. You know, you gotta in order to reach that pinnacle of wherever it is that fighter wants to reach. You know,
Right.
at least that's my philosophy on it. I got to do what I got to do. You know what I mean? So.
Right. I also want to ask you, because I don't know how much you watched boxing, but there's one fight particular for me that hurt me to the core. All right. It was Roy Jones versus Tarver 2. But Roy Jones got knocked out by Antonio Tarver.
You got any excuses now, Roy?
That fight to the day still hurts my heart. You know what I mean? I was just wondering if there's any fight that a fighter that you watch, or was it a fight that like actually hurt you when you watched that fight? Like, oh man, like that messed you up. Is there any fight?
Mine is Spence. I'm still hurt from that.
Spencer Crawford? Yeah, that was
broke my heart.
I tried to tell him, Damian, I tried to tell him, man, Crawford gonna stop. Well, he didn't want to believe me.
At the time, it was Fury versus Wilder, the second fight. Yeah,
Ooh.
I was like, damn. I was going for Wilder. I was a big Wilder fan, and then I don't know what happened.
Yeah, the culture took a big L. Yeah, man, the culture was
just tanked, man. I mean, he got rid of Mark Breland, and ever since then his career went flip flop. You know,
bro,
but that one kind of I was like, dang, like he really got beat up.
That one, all right.
I was like, but they gave us a great trilogy, you know. That was an action-packed classic heavyweight fight. Like if you think about it, like there ain't no heavyweight fight like that. Those 6 knockdowns in the third fight. Yeah, you know what I mean, that stuff ain't happening. You know what I mean now.
Yeah, the barbershop was real quiet that day, man. That was so sad.
I would say that fight. That's the one that I can remember for sure.
Yeah. That Roy Jones, man. To this day, man. Every time I see that. Sometimes I have a boxing channel too on WhatsApp. We just talk about upcoming fights, and we just run our mouths all day in that. And sometimes my buddies just throw that little clip in there just to hurt me. I lost $400 too. Decided to bet on Roy. Tarver was talking so heavy, man, and you just wanted Roy to get him, especially after the first fight because he struggled. He went out to heavyweight and came right back down 3 months later. That's hard to do, man. He cut muscle.
I lost 5 on Spence. I lost 5 on Spence, bro.
Man, I know I got out of that.
The one bet was 150, right? Either way, right? It was 150, but it turned to 300, right? He would owe me 300 if Spence got the knockout, and if Crawford got the knockout, it would be 300 for him. So it doubled if the knockout came either way. And obviously Spence got knocked out, so instead of me having to pay 150, I had to pay 300.
Damn, I should have had that bet with you. Yo, me and this guy was going at for almost 3 years over that.
Spence and Crawford.
That's right. Y'all can come to the ring in my gym and just duke it out a little bit.
All right.
One round for 30 seconds.
Spence and Crawford is the reason why Tell the Truth right now. That fight right there and talking about it is the reason why this podcast is even here. Is because me and this guy going at it.
Tell the truth,
yeah. And Ron was like, "Yo, y'all should, make a podcast, like, get this shit on camera." And I was like, "All right." And then here we are,
And here's a little short story about me and Javar. So Valley Savage, we used to work together. We'll say what's out here and there.
Used to.
I mean, yeah, we still work together, but we're not on the same shift. So, we'll all buy each other, say what up, this and that. So he said that one day he heard me talking about boxing. I didn't know he was a boxing head himself.
It was about Spence. It was Spence and Crawford.
So look at that. So I'm talking to somebody else about it. He hears me in detail. He didn't have no idea that I was like, a fighter, trainer, all that. So he comes to me like, oh, we start talking about it. I'm like, yeah, you know what? I'm thinking about doing because at this time I'm thinking about already doing a podcast. I'm like, yo, I want to do a podcast, and then I'm like, yo, join my Pound for Pound channel because we have a WhatsApp. So he hops on there, and then he sees Ronald Cruz, Ricky Nuno, and he like, hold up, these dudes for real. Like, I'm like, yeah, like I wasn't just talk, it was like for real because I'm a student of the game. So, but just getting to know Valley Savage a bit more, I love his knowledge of the sport himself. He was never a fighter or nothing, but he has so much knowledgeable with just the business side of it. I mean, this guy's watched every fight like me, so I view him just like he's a coach himself. You know what I mean? Because he has just that much knowledge, and just doing this podcast with him, I love when he's talking, to you fighters, and it's just a thrill for me. All this is just love, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but that's all the questions I have myself. I am grateful. We are going to pull up to that gym, so I'm looking forward to that.
No, we will.
Yeah,
no, I'm dead
and we
ass too.
also let me know about the fight. If I can get myself a schedule to get out there, I'm coming out there. I want to be out there.
There's no info on it yet, but as soon as I get it, you already know. Like,
you got me. You got my
number. Is it going to be this year or is it going to be next year? Because it's already about to be.
I want to get on a fight in this year for the years out. You know what I mean? Like I really like fighting. Like I enjoy it. Like I enjoy the preparation. I genuinely enjoy it. So I'm trying to get this year, before the year's out, and then I believe there will be one in January. But we'll, it's all timing. Who knows? Sometimes shows fall through. You never know. So I'm just gonna. I'm just taking a little this time off, just like another day, and we're back to the gym, man. I've been training all summer long, since June. I had to make weight like 3 times already. So, but I was finally able to get my fight. I was able to collect my bounty, and that's it. So, I'm just ready.
This guy a killer, man. I'm telling you.
Yeah, yes, bro.
Ready to
but
go,
the most humblest killer, bro. I'm telling you. And listen, Damian, man. I am so proud of you.
I'm proud of you. Coach, I'm actually really proud of you because I see all the stuff that you've been putting in, all the work in, podcasts and everything like that, and you're doing a great job with the fighters. I've seen like Hammer and Javi and everyone's getting like really good. So you've done a great job as well.
Thank you. I appreciate you. And I was talking to your father like a little bit before you got on here, and I was just telling him too. I know your dad's proud of you. I was like, I'm proud for you guys. And I'm honored to see where you're gonna go because I already know your potential and your mindset with the sport and how disciplined of a fighter you are. And it's just the drive and the humbleness. Stay who you are. You don't have to change. The knockout's gonna show. The fighting's gonna show. The skill set's gonna show. And just be who you are. And that's all I have to say. Like, you have my number. And we interview coaches too. So we can always have you and your dad one day on here. Or we can have your dad, but we definitely coming to the gym. That's 100%. That's TTT tell the truth. We coming to the gym. Right? But I love you, man. You already know as a coach. Yeah, you already know. So,
Coach Leaf.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, champ. This is Tell the Truth Boxing Pod, another live YouTube broadcast. Coach Leaf, I am the Valley Savage. This is Damian, and he is the next assassin. I promise you. Next time, we'll catch you next time. Champ, I want to let you know, just stick around for about 5 more minutes so I make sure that I do these shorts, and I need your ISO video, so I got to make sure that's uploaded correctly before you get out of here.
Real quick, you want to drop your handles on your social media? You want to drop your social media handles?
Instagram is Damian Tinnerello. I mean, Facebook's also Damian Tinnerello, but I just use Instagram, man. Damian Tinnerello, just
all right.
Name. No spaces, all lowercase. That's it.
Nice.
It's the only name on Instagram with that name, so pretty easy to find.
Got you.
So.
All right, champ. Like I said, this is Tell the Truth. We'll catch you on the next one.
I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much.
Yep, no doubt.
Much love.
Yep. Yeah, so he going up